Imagine waking up in a room that looks exactly like the one you left 2 weeks ago, but when you step outside, the air smells of red dust and diesel, and the sun is rising over a landscape so vast it feels like another planet. You aren't here for the view. You're here because in the next 14 days, you will earn more than most people earn in a month. This is the world of Australian mining, a high-stakes, high-reward frontier where ordinary people are quietly becoming millionaires. But while the paychecks are legendary, the cost isn't just measured in sweat, it's measured in missed birthdays, 12-hour shifts, and a lifestyle that will either build your empire or break your spirit. If you've ever wondered what it's actually like to trade your time for a life-changing fortune in the outback, this is the reality of building wealth in the dust. The journey usually begins at an airport terminal at 5 a.m. You're surrounded by a sea of high-visibility orange and yellow. This is the fly-in, fly-out life, or FIFO. For the next week or two, your home isn't your house, it's a village in the middle of the Pilbara or the Bowen Basin. The company pays for your flights, your room, and every single meal you eat. This is the first secret to the wealth-building machine. Your cost of living effectively drops to zero the moment you clock in. While your friends back home are spending half their paycheck on rent, groceries, and commuting, you are stacking every single dollar. When you land, the scale of the operation hits you. Everything is oversized. The trucks are the size of two-story houses. The tires alone cost $30,000 each. Whether you're a diesel mechanic, a drill assistant, or a dump truck operator, your day starts before the sun. The standard shift is 12 hours. It's relentless. You aren't just working, you're maintaining a multi-billion-dollar pulse. In 2026, even entry-level roles like a driller's offsider or a utility worker are pulling in between $90,000 and $130,000 a year. If you have a trade, if you're an electrician or a heavy diesel fitter, that number easily climbs toward $200,000. But here is where most people fail. They see the mining gold and immediately fall into the cashed-up bogan trap. They buy the $70,000 Land Cruiser, the jet ski, and the extensive watches. They spend their week off burning through the money they spent 2 weeks earning. True wealth in the mines isn't about what you earn, it's about what you keep. The veterans, the ones who retire at 40 with a paid-off portfolio of properties, treat the mine like a springboard. They live on their base salary and invest every cent of their overtime and site allowances. They understand that the mining boom is a season, not a lifetime guarantee. The lifestyle demands a specific kind of mental toughness. On site, you're living in a bubble. The wet mess or site bar is where stories are swapped, but the gym is where the successful workers spend their nights. Keeping your body and mind sharp is the only way to survive the fatigue. The heat in Western Australia can hit 50 degrees Celsius. The dust gets into everything, your clothes, your pores, your lungs. You work in a 2-to-1 or 8-to-6 roster, meaning you might spend 2 weeks on site and 1 week at home. That 1 week off feels like a dream, but the transition is jarring. One day you're operating a 500-ton excavator, and the next you're standing in a grocery store aisle wondering why everyone is moving so slowly. Loneliness is the silent tax of the mining industry. You'll miss your best friend's wedding. You'll see your kids' first steps through a FaceTime screen with bad Wi-Fi. The isolation can weigh heavier than the iron ore you're digging. This is why the industry has shifted so heavily toward mental health support in recent years. It's a culture of looking out for your mate. You aren't just coworkers, you're a crew. When you're 12 hours into a night shift and the desert wind is howling, the person standing next to you is the only family you have. Despite the hardships, the opportunities for growth are paralleled. The Australian mining sector is currently obsessed with the future: lithium, copper, and rare earths. We're in a structural boom driven by the global energy transition. This means job security is higher than it's been in a decade. A trainee who starts today washing trucks can, within 5 years, be a specialized operator or a site supervisor. The industry rewards grit over pedigree. If you show up on time, work hard, and keep your head down, you will be promoted. The end game for most is the exit strategy. No one wants to be doing FIFO at 60. The goal is to use the mines as a wealth accelerator. By the time you've done 5 years, if you've been disciplined, you could have a significant investment portfolio or the capital to start your own business. You've traded 5 years of your youth for 40 years of freedom. You've endured the red dust so you can live the rest of your life on your own terms. As you board the plane to head back home for your week off, looking down at your boots stained with that permanent orange tint, you realize that the money is just a tool. The real wealth is the discipline you've built and the perspective you've gained. You've seen what it takes to power the world, and you've felt the weight of the earth in your hands. Australian mining isn't just a job, it's a gauntlet. It's a choice to step out of the ordinary and into a life of extremes. It's hard, it's dirty, and it's exhausting. But for those with a plan and the heart to see it through, it is the fastest way to turn a dream of wealth into a concrete reality. The dust eventually washes off, but the life you build from it stays forever.